people, welcome to Peeps Creek, the cafe where you can order your favorite drink, sit at our table, and listen to some slightly intense but definitely worthwhile conversation. A podcast where you can drink, listen, and converse. Today I am joined in the cab by, to my left,
Davion.
Davion, welcome to the cafe once again. And I am joined to my right by Christian. Ooh, you might want to sound a little happy. Let's try again. And to my right, I am joined by
Christian.
All right, Christian. And what are we drinking on today, Christian?
Personally, I'm drinking tequila and ginger ale.
Are you?
Yeah.
Because I'm making it.
Yeah.
Actually, what we are drinking tequila with 0-calorie margarita mix with some fresh lime. And Davion decided that he does not want to have any kind of soda or water, so he is not drinking. But you know, here at Peeps Creek, we always have conversations centered around drinks. So if you are over the age of 21, you can grab your favorite adult beverage. And if you are under the age of 21, you can probably use some water, some tea, some coffee, some hot cocoa, or maybe some apple juice. All right, so let's get into the conversation.
So, what's on the menu today at Peeps Creek?
Hot stuff coming up.
All right, so on the menu today is These People Are Crazy. All right, so the menu, for those of you who don't know, is the topic. All right.
That was not my fault.
That is your fault,
No,
bro.
it's your cup.
You need
It's
to pay
sticky.
attention. Jesus Christ.
That was the coaster for everyone wondering.
All right, now let's start off this particular podcast. So before we get into the topic of These People Are Crazy, we are going to talk about what we are currently doing. We are currently quarantined in the basement of my house in Virginia because we are in the midst of coronavirus.
Shit's real.
Shit's real. All right, so, but I am currently working from home. I'm not going into the office. Davion, you are in school because you are online. So that means you have no disruption of your school day, unlike your fellow classmates that you used to go to school with, who are out of school for the remainder of the year. And I think they're transitioning to online. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I heard some parents talk about it earlier. They don't really know what that means. They don't even know what kind of resources they're going to have. But that is what they're doing. So I'm still working, although I'm able to work in the privacy of my home, so I don't have to be around individuals. Christian, what are you doing?
I work in the veterinary field, but we're still open. We're an essential job.
Essential for those dogs and cats.
Yep, they need their vaccines.
Is that you only do dogs and cats, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But we started not letting clients go into the clinic and stuff, so we have to go outside and get the pets.
So y'all lock the door.
Yeah, they're locked.
So patients can't come in to take their dog or
Yeah.
cat to you all. So what are you all doing?
We,
They blow the horn? We
No,
hear?
they call us when they're outside, and then we get them.
Y'all go to the car?
We go to the car.
And what
we
do
get
y'all say?
history, and then we sent out an email explaining everything, so most of them already read that. But there's still clients that will go up to the front door, read the sign, and then still try to open the door, which is funny. But that's all we do. We just go outside, get a history, and bring them in.
But when you get a history, how far are you from the car?
Oh, outside. They're in the car.
They're in the car, but where are you? Like outside, right their door?
I obviously can't be like 6 feet away, so I'm like outside of the car.
Do you
in
wear
front of the
gloves?
window. Yeah.
Do you wear a mask?
No.
Okay.
We should. I probably should. But no one else wears a mask. It won't protect you from anything, you know?
How do you know?
Because
Who told you that?
it's been proven to,
By whom?
by scientists.
Where?
Why are you asking all 20?
because to me it makes no sense. So
The
they
mask
said
won't
they
protect
said
you.
they said the mask won't protect you.
It's
but
an airborne thing, so
okay,
it sticks
but
to your clothing.
but the same scientist says
Mm-hmm.
that the mask should only be worn by individuals who are taking care of individuals who actually have coronavirus or medical physicians. So if the mask can be worn by those subsets of individuals with the hopes that it prevents them from getting coronavirus, why wouldn't it help other folks from preventing to get coronavirus? I don't understand the concept.
That's a good question. I'll ask our doctor and then I'll get back to you on that.
No, yeah, verify with me. So you are not technically on quarantine.
No.
But are you, least when you get off work, are you like socializing or what are you doing? Are you?
Oh no, I go straight home.
You isolating yourself.
Yeah.
Good job. All right. So before we move on to the topic, so for those of you who don't know, my birthday is in April 14th. April the 14th. And I was planning a trip to Dubai. So I had my flight planned. I was going from the 13th to the 20th or the 21st, one of them. And my hotel booked. And so then UAE basically said, look, we don't really care what kind of tickets you have. We don't care what kind of arrangements you have. If we issue you a visa to enter, it's canceled. If you try to get a visa, we're not going to provide it to you. So that means that I cannot go to my birthday trip because of coronavirus, and I'm very sad. Yeah, I mean, you were supposed to be going too, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we can't go. And then the thing is, like, I normally never get insurance, but I was like, okay, let me get insurance for this international trip. But if you look at the insurance, the insurance specifically says, don't cover pandemics. So, in other words, if we can't use a trip, we can't get to where we're going for our trip, the insurance that we paid isn't going to cover it. However, so I read the insurance policy, which is about 50 pages, and I saw a provision there that I think I can get covered under. So I'm currently fighting to try to get my coverage, even though my plane ticket is going to be covered by the airline, but it's just the hotel.
Yeah.
Are you sad about the trip, or you don't really care?
I mean,
You don't really care because it's not really your birthday trip.
it's not what I said. It sucks that we're not going. I was excited to go, but I'd rather go when there's nothing like this going on. You know.
True, but you're the same person. We were supposed to be going to the Billie Ellis concert, and you were like, "Oh my God, she canceled the concert. Oh my God, I'd rather go and get corona and listen to her sing than to not go and hear her." Do you not remember that? So Billie Eilish is more important. An hour and 30 minutes of a concert is more important than Dubai.
Wow.
Is that what I hear?
I was intoxicated.
When you said
I
that?
found out that Billie Eilish canceled her concert
No, you were literally about to cry. Fake.
because I was intoxicated.
All right, so Davion, before we leave this whole coronavirus, is there anything about the coronavirus that you are upset that it disrupt your process or whatever?
That I can't go outside and play with my friends.
What?
Like basketball and stuff.
And
Because we would do that a lot across the street.
I know, but you can. I mean, how can you protect yourself playing basketball out in the open elements?
I'll wear a mask and gloves.
You just heard him say the doctor said that don't protect, the mask doesn't work.
I'll wear a full face mask.
From where?
I have one upstairs.
They're not available. That Jason mask don't count.
Whatever it takes.
That is not going to count. So anyhow, all right. So let's move to the topic. So the topic is these people are crazy. So the reason that I chose the topic is that the three of us actually were watching this documentary. It's a documentary, ain't it?
Yeah.
Real life, called Tiger King, Murder, Mayhem, and Madness on Netflix. How did we even start watching that? I didn't even know.
A friend recommended it last night, and then I just put it on, and then we just got into it.
And then we started watching it.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool.
It
I mean, it's weird.
interesting from the beginning. It's the characters that are weird, but it's interesting.
All right, so you want to like set up what it's about overall.
No, you got it.
No, go ahead.
It's basically about wait, I'm like zoning out.
Go ahead, zone back in.
No, you got it. You explain it.
Oh
You're
my
better
God.
at explaining things.
Oh my God, you so whack. Davion, explain the documentary.
Well, it's technically revolved around two people. Joe, or
Mhm.
what's his name?
Joe the Exotic.
Yeah, Joe the Exotic, and then Carole, I forgot her
Baskin.
Baskin. And they're like beefing with each other over because Joe the Exotic has this zoo where you can pet the tigers, but then Carole doesn't want that. So then she starts getting mad, and then he gets mad at her. And he has like 227 tigers in the zoo.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think Carole tries to pass a bill where they can't pet tigers like that and
Mhm.
have tigers as pets and household pets.
It's like they can't breed them either, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She didn't want them like breeding them and then selling them and passing them on to other individuals so that you can't keep tigers in your home as pets, right?
Yeah.
So Joe the Exotic is the owner, well, was the owner of GW Zoo, which is in Wynnewood, Oklahoma. Now, side note, so there is a Wynnewood, well, I always pronounced it Winewood because there's one in Pennsylvania, and that's where my favorite singer, Patti LaBelle, lives. So I always thought it was Winewood, but these people pronounce it in Oklahoma as Wynnewood. So I don't know if the Pennsylvania one is the same as this one, but GW Zoo is in Wynnewood, Oklahoma, and Joe the Exotic owns that. He had about 227 tigers, right?
Yeah.
He has some
Bears.
bears, some apes,
Yeah.
blah blah blah, chimpanzee,
Lions.
lions, and so how he started off is that he was like going to like malls. Like they didn't do this in Detroit at all. Like you would never go to a mall in Detroit and just be like, let's pet a tiger or let's pet a lion. But anyhow, he would travel with the lions and take them to malls and just let people randomly pet them, and he would charge them to do that. So he did that for quite some time, right? Had this whole semi truck and just traveling around. And then Carole Baskin, she owns the Big Cat Rescue, which I think is in Florida, Tampa,
Florida. Yeah.
Tampa, Florida. And her perspective is that she's not a zoo, more so she's a rescue facility where she's trying to help cats, right, get better or live a better life or whatever. But side note, I think she's full of bullshit. Moving on, we'll get to that in a minute. And then there is a third person who was considered like the godfather of tigers, and his name was like Doc Antle or something. But I don't know where he resides. Do you remember?
I think it was just like another character. That was like Joe's
Mentor?
His, mentor, yeah.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
In the beginning.
And then he ended up selling him out.
Well, Doc didn't.
Joe sold him out though.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
after-
Well, not necessarily sold him out. I think he was like, "Fuck this."
He sold him out because they rated his.
If I'm going down, everybody going down.
Exactly, he sold him out.
Well, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You spend 22 years in jail. All right, so so here's one big thing that I picked up from the episode. If anyone watched this episode, you will immediately catch on, no matter who was talking on the Netflix show. And it's like 7 episodes. Without fail, every single character teeth was fucked up. Did you not see that?
Except Joe's.
Joe's teeth were bad. They
Towards
were.
the end, but at the beginning he had like straight teeth. They were white or semi-white.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, he had straight teeth. I noticed that. Everyone else's teeth were missing except his. Even
What?
his husband's.
What about you, Davion?
I didn't really pay attention to that part.
But you ain't see that the teeth were dirty and nasty?
Yeah,
Like,
because of meth. Because they were meth, like, drug users.
all right. So let's talk a little bit about Joe the Exotic, some of the characters that he dealt with. So Joe had 2 husbands, right? He had a ceremony, which I don't even know how it was illegal. I mean, legal, but put that aside. There was a wedding ceremony where he married 2 individuals. So one individual was a John Finley.
I don't think it was legal though.
It's not
Because
legal.
the other guy just left him and got married to the other.
Yeah, I think it was just like a ceremony
Yeah.
for the people at the facility.
Yeah.
But they had a ceremony,
Yeah.
right? Whether it's legal or not, I don't know. I haven't looked at the papers. But he married 2 people, John Finley and then Travis. John Finley was, I don't know, in his 20s, whatever. He had no teeth at all.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Yeah,
had
like-
1 or 2.
2 teeth on the top row and like no, I don't even know the bottom row.
Yeah, anyhow. And the whole time in the show, the whole time during the documentary, his shirt was off. And I'm like, why is your shirt off? Like,
That's the least.
it's odd. It was just so annoying. Like you doing an interview, you know people are coming to see you and interview you, and the whole time that you're doing this interview, your shirt is off.
Because they're in nowhere, Oklahoma. It's hot.
Oh my God, please.
There's no AC. They said it in the documentary. The AC did not work.
Where they were being interviewed?
I think it was the same zoo place.
Okay, so he had a husband, then he had the second husband was Travis, who was about 18 or 19 when they got married,
19,
right?
yeah.
19. And there was Joe the Exotic was a singer.
I think it was after he discovered social media, he started like singing and stuff, and then he put out 2 albums.
Like Drake guy was like,
No.
You got bars.
He could actually sing though.
We didn't really hear him sing without auto tune and without the
Yeah, he did.
background.
At
He
the
did it
ceremony.
funeral. He did it at the
Yeah, but he was voicing over a song. It wasn't him.
It didn't sound like the voice was there.
Y'all don't pay attention. Listen again. He was singing over a track.
I asked you. I was like, wow. I even made a comment. I was
And
like,
that's why I looked at
he
you.
could actually sing, and you were like, yeah. You
No, I didn't.
mentioned nothing about a voiceover.
I just looked at you like this.
No, you
No,
did
you
not.
didn't.
When my
No, you
neck
didn't.
went like this, it was like,
Your neck did not break.
bitch, what are you listening to? That's what that.
No. I don't think there was voiceover in that episode. It was episode 5 for everyone wondering.
Oh yes, because okay, so we're jumping ahead. Okay, so but he's a singer. He put out 2 albums with like 26 songs
Yeah,
and
the first-
18 videos.
Yeah.
So I don't really know how that works.
They were all in his zoo.
I don't know how that works. Like you put out 26, you put out 2 albums, 26 songs, 18 videos. But anyhow, they were all in his zoo and they all centered around tigers or Carole Baskin because he fucking hated Carole Baskin.
Yeah.
So so let's talk a little bit about the little feud between him and Carole Baskin. What did you understand the feud to be? Davion.
I already said it. That she didn't want the tigers to be used as like house pets or breaded,
Mhm.
or something like
Bred.
that. Yeah, bread. And didn't want people to be petting them like that at a zoo, but he thought it was bogus, and that's when they started beefing.
But what was your perspective of her? Like looking at it, did you believe that she was doing it because she really didn't want like folks, like she was doing it for a benevolent reason? Like she really was doing it because she cared about the tigers, or you think she just wanted all the business to herself?
No, I think she just wanted to keep the tigers safe, because she did have a lot of tiger stuff in her house, and was obsessed with tigers.
But that don't mean she ain't crazy and trying to make money.
Yeah, she's probably crazy, but I feel like she'd put the tigers in front, like number 1, and then the money second.
And what about Joe? What you thought about him?
He just wanted money.
You don't think he liked the Tigers the way he was
liked them, but he used them for the money.
Okay. What do you think?
I feel like after all the drug use and stuff, on Joe's behalf, he genuinely loved his tigers and all his pets, but at the same time, it after using all those drugs, it was just more about like the clout and the money. And
But do you think it was the drugs, or more so that he was fuming with the fact that Carole is like trying to step into his fucking shit, and he's trying to find avenues to fight against her?
I mean, Carole for sure was crazy. The whole show, I thought she was just fake. The way she like talked about things and everything, but Joe was also crazy. So, but you see in the show, he was never breeding them or anything up until the whole court cases came up and
Towards the end, because he needed money.
Because he owed Carole $1 million. Like, can we talk about Carole and her husband real quick?
Okay, so all right, so Carole either she has a husband now in the documentary named Frank.
Yeah.
He's talking, but what you don't know is that, or what you don't really see is that she also had another husband, Scott. What was his name?
No, it was Don. Wait, I wrote it down. Don Lewis.
Yeah, so she had a husband named Don Lewis, and he disappeared. Like, no one can find him. His family don't know where he's at.
Nobody know nothing.
Nobody know nothing.
And he was a millionaire.
He made a lot of money, and all of a sudden he was just gone, not there. Did you see that part?
Yeah.
What did you think? Do you think that what do you think about it? Do you think he just left?
No.
What do you think?
She killed him.
She fed him to the tigers.
She did something.
So Joe the Exotic, he was doing this campaign because he was like, this bitch killed her fucking husband, fed him to the tigers, and no one knows where he's at. Because he's like, one day he was there, and then one day he's no longer there at
And there's
all.
literally like 20 people that got interviewed, and they were like, the day before, that he
Right.
was talking about getting a divorce.
Right,
and,
exactly. Leaving her
Yeah, she
and
was
taking the money.
crazy.
She was crazy. And he gone.
Yeah.
Gone. Like no flight record, no credit card trace, no bank account transferred to people, like gone. And you think the tigers ate them? No, I thought they said tigers don't really like humans.
They don't know it's human if it's like chopped up, do they?
True, because when they do the feeding.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't know. I feel like her current husband had something to do with it. Let me not say that actually, because they didn't say when they got together or when they met.
True, but he was a little too invested into this whole thing. I feel like
He was all in it for the money. And
I feel like something isn't right with those
Yeah.
two. Like, at least the way it's portrayed on the documentary, because they make sure that when they're talking, she's looking at him not out of admiration, but like to try to follow what to say next when the question comes, so that their story is aligned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't feel natural to me. I feel like something isn't right. But anyhow, Joe thinks that Carole Baskin killed her husband, and I think the table here unanimously think that she killed her husband. I think she did. You,
I think she did too.
Davion.
Yeah.
All right. All three of us think that she killed her husband. And so maybe the police should go and look into that to verify whether she did or not. Maybe she didn't. Maybe she did. Maybe he left. Maybe he went with a new woman and just didn't want to be found anymore. But I would think he has some kind of family members to be like, hey, I talked to Scott. What the hell is his name?
No, I don't think he's alive anymore. I think he's dead, and I don't think there's any remainings left. Like.
But did they say anything about like his family members?
No.
That's the part that I don't get.
They didn't talk about his family or anything at all. They just talked about how rich he was and that he wanted to leave her at the end of the day.
Well, he gone.
For sure.
He dead. All right, so so all right, so Joe and Carole has this huge video war beef. Well, I don't think Carole does a lot of videos against him. She set up this website, like these are people who are like doing shit with the tigers, like illegal, like breeding tigers and selling them improperly, right? It's like tigers911.org or something.
Yeah.
And Joe is one of the main offenders, right, on her page.
Her main thing was that he was using baby tigers for like pay and play, or
Yeah.
play and pay.
Yeah, play and pay or pay and
Yeah.
play. Yeah. And so she didn't like that. She put them on this website.
He was exploiting
Exploiting the tigers. And she also put the down ankle guy on there, right? And then with him, I guess he got pissed with that. And so he started doing all these crazy ass videos. Would you categorize them as crazy?
Who?
Joe, against Carole.
Oh yeah.
Like the blow up doll.
Mm-hmm.
Like explain that.
Where he shot the doll and it blew up.
Yeah. But you have to tell the people what, like.
Well, I didn't really watch that part because I only watched like 2 episodes.
Wow. This boy didn't even do his homework. Wow.
I fell asleep during that episode.
Wow. Christian, explain
Yeah,
the blow
what's
up
up?
down.
But yeah, no, he made crazy ass videos. He was there was one where he like shot the blow up doll.
But the blow up doll represents Carole.
Yeah, that's
right.
Carole.
He would blow up the doll, put it next to her.
Yeah, he would say himself. He was like, "I will put a bullet in between her eyes, this and that. Like, I'll kill the bitch." It's can you curse him?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's America. We're on Corona.
But he made it like abundantly clear that he wanted her gone.
Dead, right? Not gone like
Dead,
out of the
yeah,
business,
dead.
like dead. So yeah, so he would blow up baby dolls, put it next to him.
Blow up dolls.
Blow up dolls, yeah, blow up dolls. Put it next to him. He would say that this is Carole. He would take an actual gun and shoot the blow up doll on video, put it on social media, and would actually say like this is her. Or he'll take a blow up doll, put a dildo in the doll's mouth and push it down her throat and be like, this is Carole choking, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just.
That's what I was just thinking about.
Which
Or like the music video he made about her with her in it.
one?
It was when she was feeding the tiger. They didn't really go into detail.
With the
on that
rabbit.
one.
No, that wasn't that one. Wait, which one is that
No,
one?
he made a music video with like a look-alike of Carole. And in the video or the documentary, it shows her like feeding the tigers, and then he's like holding tiger shit or something on his hand.
Oh, that was a look. I thought that was actually her.
No, that was a look-alike. That was for a music video for one of his songs. I don't know what that was all about, but that was funny.
And then so here, okay, so I know we're going back and forth, but the documentary is like 7 episodes, and it's just like so weird as shit. It's so hard to like follow through linearly.
It's because
like,
it's all over the place.
It is all over the place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you see the episode where Carole, the bunny, you saw the episode when he was dressed up as the bunny? Right.
Outsider zoo thing.
Yeah, outside her thing,
Yeah.
right? So her company is called Big Cat Rescue, right?
Mhm.
And so what would happen is that before she had money, what she would do is she would buy rabbits and she would feed the tigers and lions the rabbits. And so people were like not liking that, and someone took a picture of her doing that. And so he got that picture, and then he protests by dressing up as a bunny, like sort of like PETA does, right? Dress up as something like an animal, put blood all over himself, and was doing all this protest, right? But the thing about her, what she would do, which is why I didn't like her, because I think I mean, it's smart, but I also think it's just shady, conniving type of business ploy. What she would do is any kind of picture that was against her, that didn't see her in a good light, even though it was the truth, she would buy that picture off, and then she would copyright the picture. So then if you wanted to use that picture, you needed to get her permission. And so he was not doing that. So he took that picture that she had copyrighted.
No, she copyrighted it after.
Exactly. And then she sued.
He posted it, and then she paid the person that took the picture.
Exactly. Like $5 or something. Like nothing.
And then copyrighted it and then sued him.
Crazy.
Like a week after.
I think
Yeah.
that's where everything went down.
And it's horrible. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just bad business. Like, to me, if you're really concerned about the animals, and this is why I don't like her. I don't care where her heart is. I don't fucking like her. But if you really about the animals, it should be about the animals. It shouldn't be about you and trying to protect the fact that you were doing something improper
Or even
that seemed
yeah.
or seeming improper. Like,
Or even trying to, like, because she was getting his cars at the end of when the whole, like, lawsuit came down and Joe owed her, like, $1 million.
yeah, but he was stupid.
It was all in assets.
Yeah,
like,
but he
she wanted trailers. She wanted
I would have did the same thing.
DVD players.
I would have
like,
done the same thing. Fuck that. He was stupid.
I would have gone straight for the animals.
Yeah,
If you
but I
really,
don't-
like, because
It's
they're all in
true.
his name too, you know? It's like, why would you go for the small things when you can go for what you actually... She just wanted to bring him down. She didn't like him. She didn't care. At the end of the day, I don't think she cared about, like...
the animals
Yeah. Or maybe she did care, but her main thing was Joe
to destroy
bringing
him.
him down.
What do you think about that?
I agree with what he said.
Are you just agreeing to agree? Why do you say that then?
Because, like he said, if she wanted to actually bring him down, then she would have went for the bigger things and not the little things. Because if she actually cared for the animals, then she would have went for the animals to be able to save them and protect them as she wanted to.
Okay, but what about her argument? Her argument is that I'm not going to take the animals because I don't have place for 227 cats because no one should have 227 cats because it's unsafe.
If she
What-
wanted them
but
to
what
keep
if-
safe,
okay.
she would have.
I'm sure she knew other sanctuaries.
Okay,
she
but what
would've
about-
got space?
Hello, what about this? What she said is I'm going to take his trailers, I'm going to take his cars, I'm going to take everything that you can use to transport these animals and use them improperly and ensure that he's unable to do that.
She
She
just
was-
wanted to take him down.
She was taking everything he could do for money to, like, feed the animals and everything. Because at the time he was not, like, breeding them. He wasn't doing anything. He started breeding them after the whole lawsuit. After he owed her $1 million. He was like, oh, what am I going to do for money? So
Right.
he started breeding them. And he started, because at one point they mentioned in the lawsuit she wanted him to stop using what would you call them? Not puppies, but
Cubs.
the baby,
The
the
cubs.
cubs, yeah.
Mr. Veterinary over here. Go ahead.
I work with dogs and cats, okay? The cubs as, like, again, pay for, like, play type
Sir,
things.
you're in the camera.
But, and she wanted him to stop doing it, and that's one of his only sources of income at the time. So, why take all that away, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, quite frankly, I didn't like the bitch. Excuse my language, but I didn't like her. I think she had ill wills. I don't think she was benevolent in regards to the cats. I don't think she really fucking cared about the cats other than the cats that were related to her. But before we do that, I guess we were talking about this lawsuit. We really didn't talk about the lawsuit. So what happened was this, is that Carole's company is called Big Cat Rescue. And so what Joe did was he created a website for social media posting and he called it Big Cat Rescue Entertainment. But what he did was he used the same symbols for Big Cat Rescue that she uses. He used the same mask, which was the face of a tiger or
It
something.
was their logo page at the time.
Right.
On
And
Carole's page.
And then what he put at the bottom of that to kind of distinguish it or make it a little different is that he put entertainment, but entertainment was like faded into the cat. So if you were not truly looking at it, then you wouldn't see that as entertainment. But not only did he do that, he's in Oklahoma. He put an address that's in Florida, a telephone number that's in Florida, and then when people contact either of that information, it would route back to Oklahoma. Like, he was really trying to get people to
No, it would go back to Carole's thing.
No, they would contact Carole and be like, we thought you didn't like this. But the contact number would route to him in Oklahoma. He had it on the web page as if it was a Florida business. But the number, when people would contact that number, it would route to him. They would contact her because they know that she's Big Cat Rescue and would say, we thought you were not into these things. Like, what the fuck's going on?
Oh, thought I.
Do you remember that part?
No.
You don't remember that part.
I just remember her being like, they would call her, being
Right,
like,
because-
"Oh, do you guys actually do this?"
Right,
Like,
because these are people who knew that she was against a lot of these things, like the play for pay and the whatever, the breeding and traveling around. And so she sued him for that. And basically, you see, you see clips of the deposition. And for those of you who don't know what a deposition is when you have a legal claim, when there's a lawsuit, you bring someone in, you sit them in front of a court reporter, and you ask them questions, and the court reporter is taking all the information down. That information is under oath, and you're testifying as if you're testifying in court. So you can use that later on in the lawsuit. Okay, now, but basically in the deposition, he was basically like, yeah, I did all that. Like I don't
know
know
exactly what he was doing when he named his thing Big Big Cat Rescue.
Right.
What was it?
Big Cat Rescue.
Entertainment.
Yeah,
And using
entertainment.
the picture, he knew exactly what he was doing. He said it in his thing that Carole, when you Googled Big Cat Rescue, Carole was the first one to come up.
Right. So
He wanted to be the first one to come up.
Exactly, which is what I'm saying. He was doing that whole like rerouting of the information to go to her, which is BS. So anyhow, the court awarded her $1 million. He ain't have the money, and so what he would do is he would make these other videos where he would take whatever things that he could potentially sell. Y'all see him on his watch over here? Because the video sees everything that you're doing. You're not even paying attention right now. What are we talking about right now?
Tiger King. I'm paying attention.
All right. So he owed $1 million, and what he would do is he would take anything that he could sell to give her the money. And what would he do? Did you see that part?
Mm-mm.
He would destroy that shit.
He would blow it up.
And
So,
I'm not paying attention.
he said, you want my watch? You can have this fucking watch. And he'll take his watch and he'll put it on some like, I don't know what chemical it was, but I'm just going to describe it as like dynamite. And he will do a video, he would shoot the object, and he would blow it up.
Oh, yeah.
He even blew up his mattress.
His mattress he blew up. And so that she couldn't get money, like get things that would help her with her $1 million.
Yeah.
And mostly everyone there, like there was a reporter there and like other folks who were involved in it, it was like, he doesn't have the money, like you're not gonna get shit. And everyone thought she was just doing this to do it, like to prove a point. But that wasn't her goal. Her goal was really to sink this dude.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, you didn't talk about Kirk.
Who's Kurt?
Kirk was the producer. So in the beginning, he gets a reality show.